The night air in Paris carried that unmistakable electricity that only happens during Paris Fashion Week. Streets near the venue were already crowded hours before the show began. Photographers waited behind barricades with cameras ready, fashion editors moved quickly between entrances, and fans whispered the names of celebrities they hoped might appear. But no one in that crowd truly knew that within a few hours, one arrival would quietly turn into one of the most talked about moments of the entire week. And if you love stories about global K-pop stars dominating the world stage, stay with this video until the end, because what happened after the runway show might explain why Lalisa continues to capture attention far beyond the music industry. Earlier that evening, the highly anticipated show from Louis Vuitton was preparing to welcome some of the biggest names in fashion and entertainment. Invitations were limited, security was tight, and the guest list included global celebrities, models, and industry insiders. Paris Fashion Week always promises unforgettable moments, but every season there is usually one appearance that completely dominates the conversation. As cars began arriving one by one, the atmosphere slowly intensified. Each door opening triggered flashes from dozens of cameras. Actors, designers, and influencers stepped out and walked confidently toward the entrance. The crowd reacted politely, but there was still a sense that everyone was waiting for something bigger. Then, a black vehicle pulled up quietly for a brief second. The photographers seemed unsure who was inside. But the moment the door opened, the entire street erupted with camera flashes. Lisa stepped out. It didn't take long for the energy outside the venue to change completely. The photographers who had been casually taking pictures just seconds earlier suddenly leaned forward, adjusting lenses and calling out her name. Fans behind the barricades gasped and began recording videos as the global K-pop star appeared with a calm smile and unmistakable confidence. As a global ambassador for Louis Vuitton, Lisa's presence was already expected to attract attention. But what many people did not expect was how quickly the moment would dominate conversations online. Within minutes, the first photos of her arrival started spreading across social media. Fashion accounts, fan pages, and entertainment vlogs immediately began posting images of the look. Comments poured in from around the world, praising the styling and the effortless confidence she displayed while walking toward the venue. Inside the show, the energy remained just as intense. Guests whispered and exchanged glances whenever Lisa entered a new section of the room. Cameras quietly followed her movements as she greeted familiar faces from the fashion world. The runway presentation itself was spectacular, featuring bold silhouettes and dramatic lighting that filled the venue with anticipation. Models walked the runway in carefully designed pieces representing the latest creative direction from the fashion house. But even during the show, many attendees couldn't ignore the fact that one particular guest continued to draw attention from every corner of the room. Yet the moment that would truly leave Paris speechless had not happened yet. After the runway ended and applause filled the venue, selected guests were invited to attend an exclusive after-party. These gatherings are known within the fashion industry as spaces where creativity, celebration, and celebrity culture collide in a more relaxed environment. The after-party location remained private, attended only by designers, high-profile celebrities, and trusted members of the fashion community. Music filled the room, lights reflected off elegant decorations, and conversations flowed between some of the most influential figures in global fashion. Then the entrance doors opened again. Lisa walked in. What happened next instantly changed the mood of the entire event. This time, she appeared wearing a stunning black sheer gown decorated with subtle, sparkling rhinestones that shimmered under the lights. The outfit balanced boldness and elegance in a way that perfectly matched the daring spirit of Paris Fashion Week. The silhouette was dramatic yet refined, creating a visual moment that immediately caught everyone's attention. Guests reportedly turned their heads almost at the same time. Some whispered to each other, while photographers who had been casually documenting the party suddenly moved closer to capture the look from different angles. The styling was completed with sleek hair, glowing makeup, and a confident expression that made the entire appearance feel powerful rather than provocative. For a moment, the party seemed to pause, and then the cameras started flashing again. Inside the room, conversations began circulating about the look. Fashion insiders analyzed the design, discussing how the sheer textures and sparkling details aligned with current luxury trends. Others simply admired how effortlessly Lisa carried the outfit. But what truly transformed the moment into a global story happened outside the room. Despite the private nature of the event, a few images and short clips from inside began appearing online. Within minutes, those visuals spread rapidly across social media platforms. Fans from different parts of the world started reposting the photos, adding reactions that ranged from admiration to pure excitement. Some called the look fearless, others described it as iconic. Fashion commentators noted that the appearance perfectly represented the merging worlds of K-pop influence and luxury fashion. For many observers, Lisa was no longer just attending Paris Fashion Week as a celebrity guest. She was commanding attention in the same way established fashion icons often do. Within hours, discussion about the after-party moment reached audiences far beyond the typical K-pop fan community. Major fashion pages and entertainment outlets began highlighting the images, analyzing the styling and the confidence behind the appearance. And perhaps the most fascinating part of the story is how quickly the reaction spread. By the next morning, the images had reached millions of viewers online. Fans created compilations, reaction posts, and analysis videos discussing every detail of the look. Fashion enthusiasts debated the design choices and praised the bold direction of the styling. For many people who were only casually following Paris Fashion Week, Lisa's appearance became one of the most recognizable moments of the entire event. Moments like this reveal something important about modern celebrity influence. In the digital era, a single appearance at a private gathering can transform into a global conversation within hours. Lisa's presence in Paris demonstrated exactly how powerful that influence can be. Her journey from K-pop performer to global cultural figure has gradually expanded into multiple industries. Music remains the foundation of her career, but fashion has become another stage where her impact continues to grow. Designers appreciate the visibility she brings to major events. Brands value the way her appearances generate worldwide attention almost instantly. And fans celebrate every moment as proof of how far her influence has reached. During the after-party, Lisa reportedly spent time greeting guests, sharing conversations, and enjoying the celebration like everyone else in the room. Despite the constant attention, she maintained a calm and friendly presence, smiling naturally as cameras captured the moment. Observers later commented that this balance between star power and authenticity is part of what makes her so compelling. She carries herself with confidence, yet still appears approachable and genuine. By the end of the night, it was clear that something memorable had happened. Paris Fashion Week had once again delivered a moment that people would continue discussing long after the lights of the runway faded. But this particular moment belonged to Lisa. The appearance reminded fans and industry observers alike that influence in the modern entertainment world goes far beyond music charts. Fashion events, brand collaborations, and global appearances all contribute to shaping the cultural presence of today's biggest stars, and Lisa continues to stand at the center of that transformation. Now the question many fans are asking is simple.